Welcome back, Beards and Vultures fans. It's time for another Rapid Fire. And we got some really cool stuff for you this week. We're back. I'm Rob, Walt, Josh. And we're going to talk about the cool stuff that's happening right now in 40K. First off, Tyranids. Hey GW, your codex got away from you. It's out in the wild. It's been released. You can't catch it. The entire Tyranid codex got leaked, and it's everywhere. So, if you're a Tyranids fan, just Google it, and you'll get to it. Unfortunately, I feel bad for GW, but don't feel bad for GW.
I don't feel bad for GW after they charged $40 for their Grand Tournament book. They deserve this. Just call that my spicy take. That book shouldn't have been $40. Yeah, it was like 12 pages of actual information. No.
Yeah. That's an FAQ. Yeah. On both your houses. You too, Forge World. Yeah.
On that note, I feel like it's fair. I forgot about that they charged $40 for that. So yeah.
Honestly, okay. I mean, this is when you reel it down to it, this is kind of the price of admission when you're dealing with a media-based company. If you hold your stuff back for too long, which it does seem like they've been holding their codexes back for a very extended long time, as in a lot of these were written years ago, and they've been slow dripping them for the hopes of sales, which is how their model works, and I'm not blaming them for doing that, but the crux of that is that once it gets out into the ether, it's out there. You can't take it back. And that's kind of what we're seeing happen now, is that problem showing up, and that it could have been found out by somebody who was a tester a while ago. It could have been somebody who's just at a shipping dock and saw that the book was there and is a fan of GW and went, yoink. You know? So there are so many different ways in which that could have happened. And I think this is what's going to continue happening, and maybe they should push for a digital system only.
Yep. We'll probably do a special... We might try for a special, like, hey, first takes off of Tyranids. I will say it looks good and looks fun, but some of the units took over costed, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
I'm super happy. I have one thing I have to say about it. I am happy that they fixed Hive Guard. They fixed, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, from a gaming standpoint, things that shoot outside of line of sight shouldn't have the full table. I understand that kind of goes against the idea of what artillery is, but from a game standpoint, like, hey, let's balance this thing where it can't shoot from far away and not get hit and do lots of damage. That's bad for a game. It's good for actual military, which is why actual militaries use that. But I don't think there's a good balance system for that in-game.
And I'm not going to say it's not a nerf, because if you deep dive in the codex, which we're going to go into this maybe next week, you can actually do more with them than you could before. So it's a lateral nerf, I would say, but you have to play around it.
I think it just takes their best part and neuters it a little bit, but then their other canon is also good now. Like, they actually have an option, as opposed to you take this and then you sit in the back and you win.
And that's what you want, is you want options.
Yeah.
It's really all it boils down to with every codex, really.
Yep.
So.
It's true. Now let's talk about a codex that's actually out. The Eldar Codex.
Yeah.
Which I love. I've played 4 games with them so far, and I've won 3, lost 1. I lost to the Disciples of Be'lakor, and that was just a very humbling experience.
You lost to the Tau as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
I did lose.
Spoiler alert for those who haven't watched that video yet.
No. That was our practice game.
Oh, okay. So
you'll have to watch
happen in the video. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it's been a ride. So far, really good. Webway gate, super strong. We'll see that in tournaments. Really looking forward to see how, because it has the Eldari keyword, I'm looking to see how it interacts with Harlequins, and especially Dark Eldar. We might see a resurgence in Dark Eldar, because there's a Wombo Jumbo combo where you can do Hecatrix Blood Brides for Call to Strife and do like 155 attacks. Coming out of a gate, you come out in engagement, no Overwatch, no nothing, and right off the bat, 150 attacks, I think, when I did the math. And that's just Granted, is it super overkill? Yes, but is it coming out of a 100-point unit? Also, yes.
For non-Dark Eldar player or Eldar players at all, which is me, so they can still do that even though they're like two different codexes, because they kind of dropped that with like the subcultures and everything being able to play together.
Yes, it's
Or they block it,
because
rather.
if you bring the Webway gate in a Dark Eldar detachment, it kind of gets the Dark Eldar detachment rules because they all still have that Eldari keyword.
Oh, is that how it works? Okay.
Yeah, the Webway gate works for any Eldari model, and that's what. So like, it's only been out for a week or so, so like people are still messing with it. But I expect to see some powerful stuff. Most notable things from the Codex, Falcons being able to deep strike, super strong, super amazing. Just little Dire Avengers or
The invaders cometh. Sorry about that, guys.
we love dogs. Dead.
We do.
Load them up with Dire Avengers and just rain havoc. Get R&D like every single turn. Super fun. Howling Banshees do work.
Yes, they do.
They have so many special rules. They are crazy. That's my 3 like giant takeaways from the Codex. Is it's good. It's very strong. Can it compete with Tau?
I think so.
Roll lucky. Yeah.
No, I
Real
think
good.
their ability to score is really superb.
Yes.
So I think they'll throw hands.
Yeah, I'm a little sad to see that what I was really hoping to do is my build, which was my Youre jet bike system, does not look like it's going to work. There's going to be some ways to do it, but it's not going to be it's going to be a fun list. I don't know if it's going to be a anything else. So, hey, yeah.
All right, Josh, do you have any other first impressions you have of the Eldar? You've played against them the most now on the channel.
The Howling Banshees are one of the few things that have made me salty in a long time. They're really cost point efficient. They get across the board. I mean, it's that Eldar, they're fast and they score real well and they get up in your face. They just do so much for so little. They're really cool. They're frustrating to play against a little bit, but also super cool. I'm glad to see they're doing well because they were trash for a really long time. So, like a really long time.
Yeah, I mean, they had to make those new models eventually that work, right?
Yeah.
It's one of the newest Eldar models, well before all the new Eldar stuff.
That is true. It's the newest, it's the oldest, newest model out there.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little excited to maybe use that Harlequin sniper character. It seems pretty good with the Death Jester. It's like a 55-point model that's going to be putting like 7 mortal wounds on characters on average.
So good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good combo. So that'll probably show up on my Harlequin side of things.
Yeah, I've always loved assassins and snipers. Like I used to run through Vindicators all the time just because it amused me. But then obscuring terrain was a thing, and I was like, no. Yeah. I was that guy. It's fun.
Vindicators, Rob.
I think the goal is to not be that guy, and congratulations, you failed at that.
They never did anything. I always rolled ones for them. It was always like a running joke with my friends that they never did anything. They would end up shooting like at infantry or tanks and just being like worthless. Like there's 300 points of like paperweights.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Nothing's worse than when you roll that damage and it's a 1, and then you roll the headshot stuff and you roll another 1, so you don't do anything, and you're just like, yay.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah,
100%, like every single time. Like this is great. This is fun. I'm glad I play this game. Walt. So what do you got for us?
I just wanted to. This is a sidestep. This is going to kind of. This is really speaking to our one main viewer of the 89 that last watched it. Clearly, all 89 people who viewed our last rapid fire must have been GW employees, because they listened to us. So, and we just saw that Longstrike has had a rule change to where he cannot be bodyguarded anymore, because
that's right.
He's a vehicle, and that no longer works that way, which is perfect. It's exactly what we suggested. So I wanted to say thank you, GW, for listening to specifically us as they are clearly all of the 89 people who watch this. And also, we wanted to, say you're welcome to all of our, the whole GW community. And GW, while you're at it, just hear me out. Look at me in the face. Fix heroic intervention. It should count as charging.
Yeah,
that's all I really got. That's really I'm hoping you fix heroic intervention. But
Did you know when you come out of a Webway gate, you count as charging?
Lulz.
Yeah, but heroic intervention doesn't, so you can just move around it. Yeah,
that's right.
That's horrible.
That is.
They should fix that rule. The heroic intervention rule is the worst. I hate it.
Well, to be fair, you should play like me and just stay out of melee. Just shoot your enemies to death.
Unless you're Howling Banshees.
That sounds like a horrible game. I don't want to play that.
They have pistols.
Look, I tried to play Tau once, and I did not enjoy it because all I did was sit back and shoot, and I don't like that. But I hear they got some new facts, right?
They sure did. That's it's mainly just a cleanup. There's really nothing super exciting other than the part you mentioned, which is the bodyguards no longer block monsters and vehicles. So that is a really good fix. I feel like that's one of those things where it's like they just didn't even think about it because it's just like you wouldn't do it. Like even when they're played dead. So at least that's how I view it.
No,
but
they have that rule everywhere else. That was a copy paste error.
That's probably fair too.
That clearly is we're not looking at our universal rules, like whatever spreadsheet they have that stores all their universal rules. They're not keeping one, and that's kind of the problem.
But that's kind of what I was saying. Is that so they copy it over because it's like they don't see where it'll break it.
Because I guarantee.
So it's a copy paste error, but
I guarantee you a playtester.
Apparently not.
No,
apparently not.
I'm pretty sure that most of the times those things are known. Like, hey, my orc boy can't get into, like, my truck boy can't get into trucks. That I believe, because those keywords are squirrely.
That one, yeah.
But, like, when you have a rule that works a specific way everywhere else, and you don't use it that way, it's either one, completely deliberate, or two, a complete error. There's no way that it's just this, like, middling kind of thing.
There's one FAQ that they did that made me lull, and it was just, I was wondering who was pulling this type of shenanigans. Can a drone model have a different set keyword to the unit it is attached to?
See, that's kind of what I'm talking about.
I'm like, who out there in internet land? You're a bad person. What are you doing?
A lot of the FAQ stuff is generally like, come on, guys. Like, this is not as intended. But I mean, most of it's just cleanup stuff. Like, there's stuff like the Storm Surge multi-tracker is just a regular multi-tracker. It's mostly that, so it's nothing super exciting. Yeah. But the main fix that we obviously influenced GW about is the big one. You're welcome. It's the one that was most sorely needed. So fixed.
Yep.
Good talk. That's really all there was. Just clean up stuff. Other than that, so nothing exciting. Yep.
And that I think wraps up this rapid fire. I want to give one quick shout out to the channel's friend Chris. He donated about a little over 3,000 points of Tyranids and a bunch of other minis to the channel. He's moving to Japan to pursue an animation career. Good luck to you, sir, and all your future endeavors. I will talk to you later. But thanks so much. That is a huge help to the channel. We really appreciate that. Thanks, brother. And with that, I got nothing left. You guys good to go?
We're good to go.
Cool. Well, keep on gaming, everyone, and have a good one.